Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, you're most welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell as well. Thank you so much. So in my last update about Jodha and AKBAR, Jalal was able to save Jodha from Sharifudeen, and Jalal punished Sharifudeen by cutting off his hand and giving him pain. And Mahan Singh apologized to Jalal, but Jalal also apologized to Mahan for not trusting him. That was our last update. Let's continue from there. Jodha asked Jalal about Mehtab, and Jalal says that Mehtab is injured, and Jodha says that they should leave for Agra as soon as possible. Jalal and Jodha were sitting on one horse, and Jodha asked that why is Jalal heart beating so fast. Jalal says that at least his heart is beating now, and if anything had happened to Jodha, then his heart would have stopped beating. Jodha says that she was waiting for Jalal to come fast, and Jalal says that he loved the clue that Jodha left behind, and the clue made him to reach Jodha. Jodha says that she was worried if Jalal would understand her clue, and Jalal says that he had to come and he would never leave Jodha now, and Jodha says that she will not also leave Jalal, and Jodha asks Jalal. Bakshi comes to the same isolated place, and Bakshi finds Sharifudeen injured lying there, and Bakshi makes Sharifudeen sit up, and Sharifudeen asks for water. Bakshi says that there is only wine there, and Bakshi makes Sharifudeen drink the wine. Bakshi brings out opium from her purse, and Bakshi says that it will lessen Sharifudeen's pain, and Bakshi makes Sharifudeen eat the opium. Sharifudeen laughs and says that God has made women in a strange way. Sharifudeen says that he gave Bakshi so much pain, but still Bakshi would not let him die. And though Bakshi knows that he asked Jalal for Bakshi in return of Jodha, and it is not because he loves Bakshi, but he wanted to take his revenge from Bakshi, and Bakshi has already come to him by herself. Bakshi says that Sharifudeen would only take his revenge only when he is alive, and Sharifudeen says that Bakshi cannot kill him. Bakshi says that she has already mixed poison in the wine and the opium, and Sharifudeen chokes and asks Bakshi to save him. Bakshi says never, because what Sharifudeen has done to her daughter and to Jodha was disgusting, and it was Jodha who raised their daughter, and what did Sharifudeen do to Jodha in return? Bakshi says that maybe God will forgive her for killing her husband, but she knows that God cannot forgive Sharifudeen for his sins, and Bakshi beat Sharifudeen till he died, and Bakshi dig a grave and put Sharifudeen in the grave, and Bakshi buries Sharifudeen, and Bakshi cries. Jalal and Jodha come back to the palace, and Jodha asks Hamida. Jodha comes to the unconscious Mehtab, and Jodha says that Mehtab had to go through all this to save her. Hamida tells Jalal about Bakshi missing, and Jalal asks the soldiers to go and find Bakshi. Jodha was with Mehtab, and Mehtab started feeling jittery. Jodha calls the doctor. The doctor says that the poison of the wound has spread in Mehtab's whole body, and the doctor gives medicine to Mehtab, and after some time, the doctor says that Mehtab is out of danger, and everyone were happy. Bakshi comes there and says to Mehtab that she has taken revenge from Mehtab's sinner, and now Sharifudeen will not give pain to Mehtab because she has killed Sharifudeen. Hamida says that what has Bakshi done? Jalal says that what Bakshi did was right because Sharifudeen deserved it, and he only left Sharifudeen there to die as well, and Jalal asks Bakshi. Jodha says that what Bakshi did was not a revenge, but it was necessary for a mother to do it. Salim gets injured in war and everyone were shocked, but Salim says that he is fine. Jodha was worried in her room, and Moti asks Jodha to eat something, but Jodha says no, she is not in the mood. Moti says that Jodha should eat, else Jalal will scold Jodha, and Moti leaves. Jodha feels uneasy and she wanted to vomit, and she was shocked to see blood coming out of her mouth. Jodha says, "Oh Lord, these are the symptoms of the sickness that spread among the Mughal Sultanate." Jodha was sleeping, and Jodha sees a dream of Jalal saying that why is Jodha getting punished for his sin, and Jalal hit his head on the wall. Jodha wakes up with a jerk, and she says that what is happening, that Jalal was banging his head on the wall. Jodha saw that the flame of the lamp in the temple has blown off, and Jodha goes there to light it again. The light was about to blow off again, but Jalal comes there and helps Jodha. Jalal says that nothing would happen now, and Jodha says that their weekdays are still on. Jalal says that they will work hard together, and they will come out of the bad days together. Jodha says that she doesn't know why Jalal was banging his head to the wall in her dream. Jalal says that this is Jodha's test, and the way Jodha redeemed his name in one village, then Jodha would help him to redeem himself in the whole kingdom. Salim was in the tent and he was getting a first aid. Bagvandas tells Salim that their soldiers are being killed in large numbers and they can lose the war now. Salim says that this will not happen and he will go back to the war again. Murad says that but Salim is injured, and Salim says that it is his reward to get injured while fighting for his people. Bhagwan says to Salim that he will lead the war, so Salim should take some rest. The soldier gives a letter to Jalal, and it was Bhagwan's letter. Mahan reads the letter that Salim is injured and he needs their help, and Jalal says that his son needs his help and they have to leave right now, so they should prepare for his departure. Jodha was vomiting blood, and Moti says, oh God, Jodha has gotten the same sickness that spread among the village people, and so she will call Jalal. But Jodha stops Moti and says that Moti should not tell Jalal and she will take care of herself. Jodha says that Jalal is in tension and Jalal have the responsibility of many people, and Jalal is also worried for Salim, and if Jalal gets to know about her sickness, then Jalal will get more worried. So Moti should promise her that Moti will not tell Jalal anything. Moti says that but Jodha have to promise her as well that Jodha will get treatment. Jodha says that she promised, but Moti should promise her that she will not tell Jalal anything. Rukaya comes there and asks that what are they hiding from Jalal. Jodha says that she got to know that the situation of the village is getting worse and Jalal should not know about it because Jalal is already in tension because of the war. Rukaya says that Jodha is right, and do Jodha know that she was jealous of her when they entered the village, but now she is thankful to Jodha that because of Jodha, she got to earn some respect in God's eyes, and she will leave for Agra tomorrow, and she will help the people there as well. Jalal was leaving for war, and Jalal asks that where is Jodha. Jodha comes there and says that she was here, and Jodha put tilak on Jalal's head and says that she prayed that Jalal will come back after winning the war. Jodha started Jalal's arti, and Jodha feels dizzy. Then the arti plate falls from Jodha's hand, and Jodha was about to fall, but Jalal holds Jodha and everyone were shocked. Jalal asked Jodha to open her eyes, and Jodha was unconscious, and Jalal asked Jodha. The doctor was checking Jodha, and the doctor tells Jalal that she is sorry to tell Jalal this, but the illness that spread among the kingdom, then Jodha is suffering from the same illness, and Jalal was shocked. Jalal asked the doctor to start the treatment immediately, and the doctor says that the sickness has spread in Jodha's whole body. Jalal says that how can it be, and Jodha did not tell him about it. Moti says that she is sorry, she knew about it, but Jodha made her swear that she will not tell Jalal anything because Jalal was going for war. Jalal says that how is this possible, and Jodha did not tell him anything, and Moti too did not tell him anything, and Jalal scolds Moti and asks that why did Moti not tell him. Amida says that it is not Moti's fault because Moti was only following Jodha's order, and they will not leave for Agra till when Jodha will be fine. Rukaya also says that she will also stay with Jodha. Jalal asks the doctor to do something and make Jodha fine, and the doctor says that she is trying. Jalal was sitting beside Jodha, and Jodha asks for water, and Jalal gives water to Jodha. Jodha saw Jalal beside her, and Jodha says, Your Highness. Jalal says that Jodha should have told him about her sickness, and okay, he forgive Jodha, but Jodha have to rest now. Jodha says that but Jalal was about to go for war. Jalal says that Jodha should not worry about anything, and Jodha should rest, and Jalal makes Jodha lie on the bed, and Jalal says that nothing would happen to Jodha because he will not let anything happen to her, and Jodha asks Jalal to go for war. Jalal says that do Jodha think that he will be able to fight thinking about Jodha? Jalal says that him and Jodha have two bodies, but they have only one soul, and he feels Jodha's pain, and they decided to tell each other everything, but Jodha hid such a big thing from him, but he cannot be angry with Jodha for long, and Jalal sings lullaby to make Jodha sleep. Jodha falls asleep, and Jalal was in tears, and Jalal's voice was shaking while he was singing, and Jalal looks at Jodha lovingly. Barber asks Jalal about Jodha, and Jalal says that Jodha is not feeling too good, and he doesn't understand how Jodha got the sickness because him and Rukaya were also in the village, but they are fine. Barber says that he has called the doctor from Agra, and Jodha will be fine as well. Jalal says that he hopes so, and Jalal says that he has decided that he will not go to war again because Jodha needs him more, and Jalal asks Mahan and Faisal to go to the war. Mahan says that he knows Mirza's weakness, and Salim is his brother, and he will protect Salim and they will win the war. Jalal was with Jodha, and Jalal was serving Jodha food and medicine. A voiceover says that after Jodha's sickness, Jalal did not break down. Instead, Jalal kept helping the poor, and Jalal was repenting for his mistakes. Jalal was sitting beside Jodha, and Ruqayyah comes there and says that Jalal kept on sitting beside Jodha day and night, so Jalal should go and take some rest, and she is here, she will take care of Jodha. Jalal says that Jodha needs him more than anybody and he will not go anywhere. Ruqayyah says okay, if Jalal doesn't go anywhere, and if Jodha needs Jalal more than anybody, then Jodha needs her too, so she would also sit here with Jodha. Jalal says that he is sorry for scolding Ruqayyah, and Ruqayyah says that she understands what Jodha means to Jalal, because Jalal also means the same to her, and God will make everything fine again, so Jalal should have faith. Jodha was vomiting blood again and Jalal was hurt. Jalal was sitting alone and Jalal cries and says that Jodha should please become fine, and he wants to talk to Jodha. He wants to see Jodha walking and smiling again, and he cannot bear Jodha's pain. On the other side, Jodha was feeling jittery, and Jodha was saying it in her dream that Jalal was hitting his head on the wall, and Ruqayyah and Amida get worried for Jodha. Jalal says to God that God should do justice, and it was him who committed the crime, but why is Jodha suffering? And Jodha always helped the people, and she always had faith on God, and she never hurt anyone. Then why is she bearing his own punishment? Jalal says that he doesn't know if God is God or Bhagwan or whatever he is, but if he is God, then how can he give Jodha so much pain? Jodha who never thought bad of anyone. Jalal was crying and he says that why is Jodha paying for his sins? Why? And Jalal started banging his head on the wall, and blood was coming out of Jalal's forehead. Jalal saw the spiritual soul there, and Jalal smiles and says that he was looking for the spiritual soul. And why did the spiritual soul not come before? The spiritual soul says that he was inside, and where was Jalal looking for him? And he is the voice of Jalal's heart. Jalal says that when will Jodha be fine? And why is Jodha bearing the punishment for his mistakes? Why? The spiritual soul says that Jalal is mistaken again, and Jalal thinks that him and Jodha are different, but that is not the case, because Jalal and Jodha have the same soul, and Jodha have to bear the punishment for Jalal's mistake, and Jodha has to go through all this. Jalal says that how can he rectify his mistakes, and the spiritual soul says that Jalal should remember when he snatched the land from the people and how he shifted the dagger, and Jalal remembered it. The spiritual soul says that the people were given pain and they were thrown out of their houses, and Jalal gave pain to others, and how can Jalal expect happiness? The spiritual soul says that the grave of the priest that Jalal ordered them to shift from the land to make for to be shifted in 5 days, and it is Jalal's decision now to stop it, and everything is now in Jalal's hand, and the spiritual soul vanished. Then Jalal says that he will save Jodha at any cost. Jalal was leaving to stop the work on the fort, and Jalal says to Amida that Amida should take care of Jodha in his absence. Amida says that she will not ask Jalal where he is going to, but she will pray that Jalal will be successful in whatever he does. Jalal says that he will go and meet Jodha, and Jalal leave. Jalal comes to Jodha, and Jodha was in pain, and Jodha asks Jalal not to come near her because Jalal can also get the sickness. Jalal says that they have one soul, so why will he be away from Jodha? But now he is going somewhere. Jodha asks that where is Jalal going to? Jalal says that he has to rectify his mistakes and make Jodha fine, and he has ordered them to shift the grave of the priest, and now he has to go and stop them, and he hopes that when he come back, then he will find Jodha healthy again, because he cannot bear to lose Jodha. Jodha says that what do Jalal think? That she will leave Jalal's life so soon. Jodha says that she has many taunts remaining to taunt Jalal, and nothing would happen to her, so Jalal should go with the content of the heart, and if anything happens to her, then she will become a ghost and she will taunt Jalal for the rest of his life. Jalal says that how can Jodha joke in this kind of situation, and Jodha also says that how can Jalal also cry in this kind of situation, and she cannot see tears in Jalal's eyes. Jalal wipes his tears, and Jodha asks Jalal to go and have faith, and she will love Jalal even after dying. Jalal says that Jodha should not talk like this, and Jodha says that she will not die because she can love Jalal after dying, but she will not be able to feel Jalal, and she will not be able to touch Jalal, so she cannot die. Jalal kissed Jodha's hand, and Jalal was about to leave. Jodha says that like every wife used to say, Jalal should not stay outside till night, and Jalal says that he would return soon, and Jalal leaves. Then Jodha chokes. Jalal was leaving to stop the shifting of the grave, and Jalal saw dust storm coming. Jalal soldiers falls, but Jalal keeps moving, and a voiceover says that time was passing by and the problem was increasing, but Jalal kept moving forward to save Jodha. And now, Jalal's challenge was that Jalal have to pass the dust storm. Jalal forced from his horse due to the strong wind, and Jalal caressed his horse and he started living by walking. Jalal falls into a pit, and so talk begins. Jalal also says that it was not an easy journey for him, and there were many tests on each level, but he had to pass them because he did not have any other option, and it was a difficult phase of his life. Jalal get up and he started walking again, but Jalal was unable to walk because of the strong wind that was blowing. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching till the end, and if you enjoyed this video in any way, please don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to share it, comment, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.